welcome to this Q&A episode from us. The weather here has been horrible, lots of wind.
And wind.
And more wind.
And some rain.
And a storm.
And some wind.
We've had avalanches, we've had mudslides. This week has been a horrible week. I don't know why I channeled Trump there. Sorry about that. Anyway, we decided to ask on Instagram people, do you have a question for us? If so, what is it? And we are going to answer all those questions right now for you. First question for you, my lady.
Why are you so into Vanlife? Well, for me personally, I think it started when I was just a child and I saw the Hunchback of Notre Dame for the first time. And it made me realize that you don't actually have to follow all the you should do this, you should do that, 9-to-5 job, buy a house, buy a car.
So the living the dream, so to speak.
Yeah, you can have your own dream, you can live your own life.
So some might say you've actually had a hunch about this lifestyle for a long time. It's okay, I'm a dad. Behave. Next question, how long do you think you'll be doing this? As long as we want, as long as we can. We both have a big interest in this. We've set our minds to this for a long time. And
how much will it cost? Well, we don't actually know the final number yet since we just started, but we're not planning on spending millions and we're not planning on skimping on the things that actually matter. So.
No. I mean, insulation, we are not going to skimp out on. We might cut a few corners here and there with
the less important stuff.
Yeah, but we are going to keep a tally on what we spent and display it throughout the series, how much we spent here, how much we spent there, and I plan to put it on our website as well to show there how much this cost, how much that cost, and add everything together.
Yeah.
Next question is, how long have you guys been together? We've been together for just over 3 years. We started dating, started a relationship in November 2017. So, yeah.
On the 13th of November.
Yeah.
How will you get everything you need? Buy it.
Yeah.
Or use what we already have.
Yeah, we don't want to buy new things because they're newer. If we have an older version that works, we'll just use that.
We'll be buying both from physical stores here locally and online as well.
Mostly Amazon.
Yeah.
Where will you stay?
Besides the obvious, in the bus.
Where will we stay on the bus? With the bus? We will most likely just free roam. Go where we want, to where the heart leads. Sometimes in campgrounds, sometimes just.
I've been getting questions whether or not we'll be just living at a campground, and the answer to that is no, we will not. It would cost us a lot of money, and it's not very practical in the long run.
But then again, occasionally we will go to campgrounds like to get electricity or wash our clothes, get to showers, stuff like this.
Yeah, of course.
And that leads us into the next question.
How will you wash your clothes and yourselves?
Again, campground?
Again, campgrounds, yes. And there's also swimming pools have showers and the gyms do as well. But later on we're also planning on having a shower in the van in the wet room that originally will be just a bathroom for us.
Yeah, we will probably just make it a non-wet room to begin with, just with the porta potty there.
Yeah.
And as we go on, we will make it into a wet room. We will put in a water heater, and that will be nice.
And for the clothing, we can wash at
our parents' house,
relatives' houses.
Campgrounds. In Iceland, the campgrounds, a lot of them have washing machines and dryers.
Not all of them, of course.
No, not all.
But some of them do.
But of the top ones around the country, there shouldn't be any problem for us to wash the clothes there. We plan on using things like Silvertech clothing and things like that that don't
Keep
need.
our clothing more fresh.
Yeah, which they don't need to be cleaned as often. What will you do with your cat? Cats can't live in cars or vans, can they? Yes, they can.
Yes. She's not going anywhere. She's
No.
staying with us.
She's part of the family.
Yeah. She will have her own designated areas for napping and
Doing her things,
the litter box.
number 1 and 2.
She will have things to scratch, and she's been trained on a leash so that we can take her out on walks as well. Will you have a bedroom and a bathroom, and how will they fit in there? As we talked about earlier, we will have a wet room in there for the bathroom, and the bedroom will be a raised platform bed at the back of the bus.
Yeah, you basically have to think about it as a tiny studio apartment.
Yes.
The only thing that is closed off is the bathroom, and then the rest will be bedroom / kitchen / living room / guest.
Bedroom.
So where will you register your address if you're not living in a house, and how will you get mail? The post office here in Iceland has a service where they can scan all your mail, so we can just go online to see our mail and pay them a monthly sum.
To see it electronically.
Yeah, so that way they will recycle the paper straight away, no worries, and we get all the letters and everything. Well, normally bills. If you get mail like from person, a written mail or something, you can select to keep that. So
Yeah, and probably have it delivered to a mailbox or something.
yeah, and we can always pick it up from a mailbox.
PO box.
Regarding registering an address, your legal home, we haven't gone into that yet, so into researching that right now, but we will deal with it when the time comes.
Well, we've thought about it, but we haven't come up with a solution yet.
Yeah.
Won't it be hard living in a tiny space?
Yes and no.
I would say mostly no, but also yes. It's basically like living in a house. It has different pros and cons. I wouldn't say it would be easier or harder per se. It's just different.
Yeah, and also it depends on the person.
Yeah.
For us, no problem. It won't be difficult
I
at
think
all.
for me personally, it would probably be slightly better, but it's not for everyone. How will you not freeze in the Icelandic winter?
Insulation, insulation, insulation,
Clothing and heating.
and insulation.
Yes. And some more insulation.
The weather here isn't that bad, so to speak. We do get really cold periods during the winter time, but it depends on where in the country you are.
It's not what many people think, though.
No, it's not like we live in igloos and
No.
we
don't have pet polar bears, and we don't live in igloos, and it's not Alaska.
we actually don't have polar bears in Iceland
At all.
at all. The only ones that come here are stuck on an iceberg, and they drift here slowly, and they are often malnourished when they come here, but that's another story. Next question is, how will you stay safe? What if there's a fire or a break-in or a leak? Well, let me just bounce that question straight back. You live in a house, you should worry about those things as well. We will have anti-theft system, we will have
Fire alarm.
fire alarm, gas alarm, smoke alarm. We do basically all the same things you do at home in a house.
We might use slightly different extinguishers and so on.
Yeah.
But it's still basically the same
Yeah,
thing.
and with a leak, you have sensors for that at home as well, so why not in the bus? It's the same thing.
And for the break-ins,
Well, in the break-ins we have one thing that you can't do with a house. We could just drive away.
you can't drive the house away.
No.
Will it be like this?
Or will it be like this?
Something in the middle.
Yeah.
We, as we said, are not planning on spending millions, but we're not also planning on making it look like we put a child to work.
No, I'm older than that. Now the thing is, we're gonna make it our home, so it feels like home. This is our first attempt to do this. We've never done this before. I am not a woodworker. I haven't studied any industry job or nothing like that. I mean, I'm not a carpenter, not an electrician. I will do almost everything myself, but as good as well as I can.
The results I'm expecting to be sort of like Trent and Ali would say. It's not perfect. It could be better. It could be worse, but I'm happy with it.
Yeah, it's our home.
Yeah.
And Trent, if you're watching this, that is, Trent and Ali, this will probably be worse than a hair out of square.
Probably.
Will you have a storage while you live in the bus? Yes. We already have a storage unit we rent, and when we move out from here into the bus, we will need to put more things into storage, so we will most likely get a bigger storage and move things from the small storage to that one.
We're not going to be storing everything,
No,
just
no,
the
no.
most important
It's
parts.
just the most sentimental, most important parts. But the bus itself will have tons of storage, but we're not going to take everything with us. I mean,
No.
we're gonna choose exactly what to have with us, what brings us. What's her name? Kondo.
Mary Kondo.
Yeah.
What
Does it
brings
bring you
us the
joy?
most joy and is most useful.
Yeah.
But we're still going to keep things because we might not actually want to keep living in a van for the rest of our lives.
No.
We might want to get a house someday in
Yeah.
the future.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know where we're gonna settle down or if
Yeah.
we'll settle down.
We're selling most of our furniture though, just keeping the most sentimental ones. Will you have room for guests?
Yes.
Yes.
We plan to have in total 4 seats in the van, legal seats. There's a driver's seat and the passenger seat, which came with the bus. And then we're going to make 2 extra seats from the bench. We'll put belts and
3-point belts in the seat benches.
the seat bench. There's only one bench.
Yeah.
But that bench as well will turn into a double-sided bed. So we will be able to sleep at least 4, maybe up to 6 people. Depends on how wide we will make the guest bed. But 3 people can easily sleep in in our bed, and 2 at least in the smaller bed, the guest bed. Maybe 3. We don't know. We still haven't nailed it down, literally. Will fuel for the bus eat up your entire budget? No. Our bus is quite economical. The engine is the 5-cylinder diesel engine from Mercedes-Benz, which if you take care of it, it can go up to 2 million kilometers.
It
driven.
actually surprised us how little it spends.
Yeah, how little it...
We expected more. Will this be a lot of work? Yes, it will.
But so totally worth it.
Oh yes.
Will you be able to cook in the bus, and will you have electricity? What about running water or internet?
Yes, and yes.
Yeah, we already have a single burner stove which we are going to use in the van. It uses butane, tiny cans, and it's only open while you're using it. A lot of you know what we're talking about. Electricity, yes, we will have leisure batteries. We will be able to charge them via
Solar panels?
panels from the alternator of the engine, and we were also thinking about shore power as well. So there won't be a problem. Running water, to begin with, we're going to keep them in jerry cans for water, and use a glass, what would you call it?
A glass jar, I would say, like
Yeah.
a giant glass jar
Yeah.
with a tap.
Yeah, with a
on
tap
the
on the bottom. We're going to fill that from the jerry cans, so we have water to drink, but the end outcome when we finally finish this version 1 We will have running water. We will have a water heater as well for the shower at least. So we will have.
We'll have a sink with a tap with running water.
Yeah, so the grey water will go into a separate tank and everything like that. And internet. Yes, we live in Iceland where we have plenty of internet. The standard internet in Iceland in homes right now is 1 gigabit full duplex fiber connections. So we have 4G coverage of basically the whole country. So for us to have a 4G router in the car will not be a problem.
No.
I've actually checked the prices and they are ridiculously low. That's one thing when and if you come to Iceland, internet here is quite cheap compared to a lot of the other countries around us. We've seen how much it costs in other countries and we're like, whoa, is that legal? So we don't have an outro, so to speak, or intro for that matter, to our videos. We've yet to decide what to put here, so
Basically just like and subscribe.
yeah.
And we'll see you next Sunday.
Ciao.
Bye bye.